Okay, so this one's going to be very different. I wanted to do this one also, but give me a second, I gotta get the box down. This isn't regular show. This is Minions. Told you. So, this video I wanted to do about one movie in particular in Illumination that I don't like. And, what is that? This one. I just don't like this one. Look at Mel. Look at him! Look at the minion. I have a lot of problems with Despicable Me 3. This is by far one of the weakest Illumination movies and the biggest disgrace in Despicable Me history. This movie is very weak, jumbled up plots, and there's barely any minions in there. Especially the one minion in particular, Mel. You may hear me say, "Oh, I don't like Mel, he's mean." Because it's true. Mel is just as bad as the other villain, Balthazar Brat. And the only reason why I get Despicable Me 3 stuff is because I only get it because there's minions on there. It's just, Mel is the minion that I don't like. He led a rebellion against Gru. He didn't care about the minions when they were hungry. He made them chase a pizza truck, which got them thrown into jail, and he left one minion behind. And the other minions were singing merrily up on the airplane, while the bottom minions were all sad and everything. All Mel's fault. A minion actually destroys this film for me. And it's sad because I like minions. I really do. But Mel is just this... Mel just infuriates me to the highest core. This makes me like Chad a lot more than Mel. You could say, with Chad, he has likability. Mel barely has any likabilities whatsoever. He has a little bit of it, but just not quite. And the plots are jumbled up together, from Gru finding out he has a twin brother, to Lucy trying to be a good mom to the girls, to Balthazar Brat trying to get revenge on Hollywood, and the minions going on their own adventure. And they kind of make it kind of go into fast forward, where we can't really process anything. Like, say that one scene with Gru's mom, when she tells him that he has a twin brother. They go by it so fast that we hardly remember that scene was even in there. There are also those cringy moments in there as well, which revolve that minion Mel. And I will say it again, Drew didn't bother me. It's Mel that bothered me. Not Gru's twin brother, but a minion annoyed me. And also the lack of minions. You could say the other Despicable Me movies and Minions had more minions than this movie. I only watched this movie once. And you know how bad a movie is when I don't want to go back to watch it again. I only watch clips of it on YouTube. The parts with the minions. Just Dave and Jerry. And I revile in horror of seeing Mel. I'd rather watch Minions on repeat. At least this movie, basically, I would pick over the other Illumination movies, but I think Despicable Me 2 is better than Minions by a long shot. I mean, Minions is still good, but Minions is just, like I said, this movie alone does a lot more good than bad. There's nothing really wrong with it other than it being kind of dark. And Despicable Me 3, the mistreatment of minions and the fast scenes. Oh, and also, I didn't say this, but this has to be addressed. So, you know how Despicable Me and Minions had, after the credits, a white background with Minions doing shenanigans? Nope, not for this movie. The end credits is basically a parody of Spy vs. Spy, with Gru and Drew doing spy stuff. There's no white background with Minions doing shenanigans or stunts or anything like that. That's literally scrapped for the whole twin brother plot of the movie. Not a lot of people like Despicable Me 3. Even I don't like it. And it's sad because I gave this movie a 6 out of 10. Well, I'm gonna have to change it. This is a freaking 5 out of 10. I just don't really see why. Why did Illumination have to just abandon the Minions just like that and have rushed plots and scenes and just basically forget the whole purpose of Despicable Me? Like, it really didn't impress me or anything like that. And the characters barely got any screen time. I mean, sure, I do feel glad for Agnes. She has a goat which she named Lucky, since she sold her pet unicorn, the toy, for $2. That's heartwarming, and I don't really understand why Illumination would do this. And even entertainment. There's no Illumination Entertainment on there. It just says Illumination Presents. Look at Minions. That says Illumination Entertainment. This one lacks it completely. And even if I do, like I said, have merchandise of Despicable Me 3, it's only for the Minions. Every single Despicable Me 3 item has this Minion on there. And when I went to Toys R Us, I still don't like him. He even saw me get angry whenever I saw him and saying that why were you, what was your purpose? Why were you in Despicable Me 3? Like, what is his purpose? Other than just rebel against Gru and be a minion, unlike any other minion. More meaner, more of a rebel than Stuart would ever be. Which leads to my theory that he was created in the lab. That blueprint is probably him being created in the lab. Gru kind of got some minion DNA to create a different kind of minion. It's supposed to be like that one, but instead became this. You can say all you want, saying that Gru did create the minions, but minions were single-celled organisms, and if there's like a lot of them in the movies, then Gru got DNA from the minions so that way they can multiply. And Minions 2 is coming out in 2020. Before I end the video, I need to say one thing that many people don't really point out. Where are the female minions? All the other minions are dudes, but I feel that maybe Minions 2 is when they'll find female minions, or female minions will be created. Minions only cosplay as girls, but there's no sign of any female other than that commercial ad where Minions watching. Either it was a female minion or a cosplay minion. But once again, Despicable Me 3 is just a 5 out of 10. This is honestly the worst Illumination movie I have ever seen. It just disappointed me. It aggravated me to no end, and I don't plan to watch this again. Just buy merchandise of it because of Minions. And I'm blocking Mel because nobody needs to see this Minion. Nobody has to see this rebellious Minion anymore. Just skip this movie. If you want to watch it, then it's fine. But you're just better off with the other Despicable Me movies. You're better off with Despicable Me, Despicable Me 2, and Minions. Avoid this one at all costs. If you want to watch it again, if you like this movie, then it's your own opinion, but I advise you just beware Mel. That's all I have to say, beware Mel. It's sad because Despicable Me 3 has really good animation. Their animation is great. Just everything else, I don't know. I'll just say Minions is better. I'll just have to say right now, all the Illumination movies are better than Despicable Me 3 by a long shot. Despicable Me is better, Hop is better, The Lorax is better, Despicable Me 2 is better, Minions is better, Sing is better, The Secret Life of Pets is better. Despicable Me 3 was just a disappointment. And let's hope that Sing 2, Secret Life of Pets 2, and Minions 2 will be better movies than the third Despicable Me. I really wanted to do this video because I just a really bad movie. And I regret ever watching that. What do you guys think about it? Is it good? Is it bad? To me, it disappointed.